Well, today is a beautiful day out, so you should be. Let's get some messages from the Most High and see what the Most High God has for the collective and myself. I'm going to use the Our World Today deck. And we'll get some divine messages from the Most High. I'm asking that the Most High God speak through me and give me and the collective messages of clarity on what we need to know, oh God. I'm asking that you speak through me and protect me and seal me and my energy from all negative energy, oh God. Bring the right people in here and thank you for all you do. Ashe. So I'm going to turn this down and we're going to get started. So hoping y'all come in today. Alright, so most I got, give me some messages. Alright, ooh, so we got the karmic and we got the goddess. I love the goddess and I love the goddess card, but this karmic card, no. And let's get one more. One more ancestors. Most I one more. Thank you. And then we got the therapist. All right, Most High God, speak through me. Let's see. So we got karmic 39. You could be age 39. The karma. Karma results, good or bad results. Outcome, karmic, partner, past life consequences, codependency, bad breakup patterns, repeating what you sow, toxic relationship, passionate relationships, unresolved issues, unfinished business, and karmic cycles. So let's see what we have for the collective. Where is everyone at? All right, so clarify the karmic ancestors, please. Okay, so we got Knight of Pentacles here. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, the Page of Pentacles. So there are a few people here that are karmics that are like talking about you, holding on to some energy here with the Hierophant. This could be family. Someone's like in this emotional energy where, okay, so there has been a cycle that's closed, and it's showing me that you are very confident in how you feel. So you close the cycle, and which causes you to be in your true power. So I'm seeing here you come up as the Magician and the Queen of Wands. It's like fast movement happening. Clarify this. Yeah, so Eight of Swords. Okay, so you ending a cycle. You ended a lot of cycles successfully. You're ending cycles confidently, and even though someone's very uncomfortable about it, they know it's over. Okay, so you broken generational curses very confidently, and someone's uncomfortable with that. You know, it's telling me that there is a rebirth here happening with you. So definitely you transitioning into something, and maybe people could feel as if they've lost you. With the Six of Wands is you're in this phase where you are definitely winning. Okay, so there is victory that you have here, and you could be an air sign man or you could be anybody, but whoever you are, you could be a Virgo, you could be a Queen of Cups, or you could be a water sign or Aquarius. You're shining bright. You know, I feel like there's a lot of like clarity, you know, decisive energy here where you are, your light is shining really bright. Okay, and whatever betrayal happened, I feel like it didn't work out. So tell me more. You showing up as a goddess. Okay, so yeah, it's a truth that's being revealed. And someone's looking at their efforts and they're like, yeah, definitely the truth came to light. So there is exposure when it comes to a truth, some situation that is coming forward, moving forward. So there is information moving forward where someone's understanding. Yeah, definitely Eight of Pentacles is telling me that someone been doing a lot of work, okay, and they've been studying, watching. This is a person who may feel some sort of emotion, energy, okay, and I feel like this is God, you know, carrying you through. God letting you know that, God is like, I'm in control. You ain't got to worry. This is God watching over you, God having an emotion for you, God protecting you. And with the moon card is, you are being hidden by God. God is hiding you just to protect you. And so with the high priestess and the Eight of Swords is someone that is like someone stressing about something that could be true. With the Nine of Swords, like constant worry and someone trying to push forward to heal. Someone's uncomfortable with what they know and how they feel. Someone could be feeling guilty. Someone could be in regret at this time, and they could be emotionally having like this energy in them that maybe they don't even understand right now. Someone's feeling very low. They're not doing too well. Five of Pentacles come out twice. So someone's definitely reached a difficult point in their life where they're like not wanting to walk away. But with the Tower and the Six of Cups is a situation where something has to end. The Tower is something, a destruction, something, a phase that is moving away, is breaking down. So yeah, this is, a past situation that's over, because this Tower here is basically letting you know that it's a completion. And I feel like it may have scorned you, may have hurt you, or this could be someone who's feeling defeated and hurt, very, very hurt, very betrayed, or just angry that maybe something didn't work out for them. So yeah, someone's blocked off from your energy. They can't come towards you, okay? So I'm feeling like, there is clarity here. You could be speaking truth, or, there could be a situation where you're maybe very passionate about what you know or how you feel. And so with the Baneful Magic return is whatever was sent out to you negatively is going back to where it belongs. Okay, so make sure that you're in the right at this time, because whatever you are sending out that is out of alignment with the truth, it will go back to you. Okay, so you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, whatever you're saying, is in alignment with the truth. Okay, so yeah, you pretty much have ended a cycle, but the Eight of Cups tried to come out in the reversal. So it's telling me that there could be someone who's not walked away and is trying to act like everything is fine, but they don't feel like everything is fine. Tell me more. Yeah, someone's definitely, you definitely broken a cycle, and it is because at this point you're focused on you. With the nine of cups in the reversal, it's showing me that you're balancing your energy out. This is fair for you. This is the effort you put in to yourself. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button. It's like, come on now, hit the like button. Only one person hit it, and come on, support the channel. Stop being a hater. Oh my God. So anyway, with that said, what I'm seeing here is someone trying to balance or juggle a situation, you know, balance coming in, because you really broken a generational curse. You really released yourself from something that no longer serves you. It's giving me that you don't even care. You know, you don't care about somebody no more, or however you're feeling currently. You the devil in reverse is very telling. Maybe someone's unsatisfied with you removing them. Someone's not satisfied with that. Yeah, someone's not unstated, is not happy. Yeah, you did break away from something toxic, only to realize it didn't make you happy anymore. So whatever you walk away, whatever you broken away from, it didn't make you happy. You weren't satisfied with this. All right, tell me more. So because whatever happened, it's giving me that many don't understand what you went through. Because I think the way you carried yourself, you hid a lot of your pain. So someone secretly could be feeling betrayed, or maybe you feel betrayed. There were a lot of things that happened to you that made you feel neglected, made you feel abandoned. So you got choices here where you fully aware of what you need to do. You got people behind the scenes that are working together, that are in competition and conflict with you. Okay, so clarify these people. Good boy. So these are people who could possibly be trying to use their psychic abilities to control certain things. These are people who are very, very uncomfortable, stressing, burdened, and trying to work through what they're going through. It's a lot of like energy where someone's not doing too well emotionally and could be having a lot of tension inwardly. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. Yeah, this is telling me that there could be a lot of arguments happening with people who have constantly bothered you, constantly kept gossiping, speaking about you. There's a lot of gossip on you, people lying, wearing fake masks or wearing masks, people who are stressing, talking about memories, or like it's family that don't like you. These are family members that are gathering together, speaking about you or something like that, doing spell work on you, or stressing about you, feeling overwhelmed. These are people who feel, maybe they feel like you're obligated to come around. They're stressing. So yeah, these are people who are not doing well internally. Tell me more, ancestors. Yeah, they're stressing because you removed yourself, you closed out a cycle, and you're healing. Okay, so these are people who could be getting readings on you, maybe not wanting to believe that something is true when it comes to an ending, where someone could be uncomfortable, overstressed. It's just someone stressing about you. Okay, stressing about you, gaining clarity about you, and wants to sneak back around. It's like gossip happening where someone wants to lie about seeing how they can come in and do you an offer. Okay, tell me more. What's going on? Tell me more. So it could be a Queen of Wands who is very controlling, a liar. Tell me more. This a person who is confused, trying to figure out their options. Nothing's working. It's just nothing will work when it comes to this Queen of Wands who's like, she's just shocked about how things have been. It's like things are constantly blowing up in this person's face, and as much as they want to like make it right, with the Tower card is a cycle that's closed. Okay, so this person, they're having difficulty understanding that there is a situation that's over and there's nothing she could do. So clarify this Queen of Wands. What's going on with the Queen of Wands? All right, so it says over it, having it So she's fed up and frustrated. Like, this woman is overwhelmed, obsessed, having obsession issues. Tell me more. She's a karmic, so it says third party haters and lessons learned. So yeah, this is like you graduating from toxic cycles, toxic people collective. You know, you did your work and you're literally on your way. So you close out a cycle, and it's dealing with a bunch of karmics that you weren't happy with. So these are people that it's like someone either was trying to detach or control you, was trying, they had like some sort of addiction or manipulation issues, or like this was like a karmic tie that you were in that you removed yourself from. And so it's like the truth is hitting, and what they were chasing wasn't real fulfillment. So whatever this is for you, it wasn't real fulfillment for you. It's giving a lot of regret here and emptiness, and that wasn't whatever it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth your time. So you're letting go of toxic situations or a person, but feeling unsatisfied afterward. Maybe feeling unsatisfied with the time you wasted on someone, and you realizing a wish or desire was actually an illusion or ego driven, possibly. You know, so it's like you may want something so bad. You may want something so bad. You may want someone so bad, but when you are in that energy of wanting something or something so bad, make sure it's always in alignment with God. Because sometimes what you want so bad can be a difficult lesson that you're going to have to learn in the end. So you want to make sure that what you're doing in the end is always meant for you. Okay? So yeah, you broken a generational karmic cycle, and you breaking out of the lies and addictions and manipulation, but now you could be facing emotional consequences for that. You know, this is why it's really important to be led by God and not let others rule you. Okay, so you know, with the Ace of Pentacles is you protecting your opportunities. Okay, so this is you. You know, you standing in your truth. You the Queen of Wands with the Queen of Swords. It's saying that whatever you've gone through, whatever was given to you, is going to be sent back where it belongs if it wasn't in alignment with you. Okay, God is wanting structure in your life where balance and, you know, new offers are being given to you where you could be moving through difficult cycles. You know, you're definitely covered by the Most High. A lot of protection over you, collective. And you know, you just moving on. You know, you went through a difficult cycle, and right now you could be recovering from what you've gone through. Okay, so yeah, Nine of Cups and the Fool card with the Ace of Swords is you gaining clarity that you want to be free. You released, you know. So you probably done talk to the vendor. You probably done people who were pulling strings in your life, or people who were like ventriloquists, thinking that they had more control over you in your life than God. So what I'm seeing here is justice here. You know, you're in this phase where alignment is happening. So we have the pillars here, and it's definitely standing out. Um, it's a lot of knowledge that you've gotten. So so definitely balance that is happening for you. So it shows opposing sides. Okay, so the pillars on the Justice card, if you notice, it's showing opposing sides. So right versus wrong, truth versus lies, your side versus their side. Justice justice doesn't pick blindly. It evaluates both before making decisions. You know, these are about boundaries and law. They act like a gate, they act like the gate. So not everything gets through. Only what is honest is proven and aligned. So this is what makes you free. You know how we talk about the truth sets you free, the truth makes you free. You know, when you're living a lie, it doesn't make you free, because you're gonna have to continue keeping a lie, you know. So with that said, it's you know, what it's saying is like it's saying that they act, so the pillars, they act like a gate. So not everything gets through, only what's honest, proven, and aligned with truth stands between those pillars. It's very courtroom energy, okay? So stability and accountability. The pillars don't move. They're solid, okay? This means the outcome tied to this card is not easily swayed by emotion or manipulation. It's either white or black, okay? So it's based on the facts, evidence, and karma. And, you know, you got to pick a side. You know, what side are you going to be on? Are you going to be solid with yourself? Are you going to start telling yourself the truth? Are you going to start moving the right way? Are you going to release and face what isn't right, so that you could be in alignment with yourself too? Because what I'm seeing here is only the truth will rise. Only you will rise in truth, which will cause you to be set free. At the end of the day, we can lie to ourselves. You can lie to yourself all day, but we know what we do, okay? And when you know what you do, you know what will happen in the end. There will always be a bounce back, you know? And so if you feel as if your life is out of alignment, it's because there could be things that you have done that has caused you to be out of alignment. So what do you do when you find yourself out of alignment? You have to start figuring out what mask you're wearing and what mask you want to take off, so that you could see yourself for what it is. You know, this will cause you to be back in alignment with who you are. It's very important. So what I'm seeing here is like truth. You know, there is truth that is causing a lot of you to feel free. And so spiritual and karmic judgment is similar to pillars in the high priestess. So they can also represent a deeper truth. And I believe the high priestess is out here. It came out. No. Okay. So the issue is, so it's saying that the so it's saying that similar to the pillars is the high priestess. The high priestess should be near here somewhere. Let's see if it come out. Can the high priest come out? Okay, so here's the high priest. It came out. So the high priest brings balance, okay? We also have the emperor in the reversal. But when we speak of the high priestess, it's saying that the high priestess, they can also represent deeper truth, what's hidden versus what's revealed, okay? So nothing stays hidden when justice is involved. So yeah, this is like, this represents AJ, the J in the, I think this is, hold on. I did a whole reading on this before. They start with the J. Oh yeah, J is Jackin, and the B is the Boaz. So the Boaz is the strength and the darkness, subconscious feminine energy, and the Jackin is the established light, conscious masculine energy. So together, so if y'all could see, this would be the Boaz, and this would be the Jackin. So the black pillar is the established light, conscious masculine energy. This is true knowledge. Like when you become very heightened in your energy, and the thing is, like, you may, like, for myself, I may not like know the words to express it, but when you become it, it's a difference between knowing what to say and becoming. So you may not know everything, but when you become it, you walk in it. So your truth lies in who you are, without you having to, you know, it's hard for me to explain it. Okay, like you are the walking test. You know, the test is you. You know, you become it. You are it. So with that said, you know, the Boaz is the strength, the subconscious feminine energy. That's like your heightened energy. And then we got the Jackin, which is the established light, conscious masculine energy. So together, duality and balance. The space between them is where the high priestess sits, meaning she holds wisdom of both sides. So she reveals logic in the physical. So which is saying that is that true knowledge isn't on one side, it's in the middle where she sits guarding deeper truth. So your truth is always going to be walking with you. It's always going to be within you. You know, I don't want to get too like technical, but what it's basically saying is that when you walk in your truth, you will always be in alignment. You will always be free. You know, however, there are some who don't live in their truth, which is why you got the Seven of Swords, where people have to watch and look behind their back all the time, you know, to like make sure that the steps are being followed. This is here, that is placed there. You know, it's just a lot of sneaky behavior that could be happening. But the issue is energy reads energy. So even when you are walking in deception, there will always be truth. Okay. So we got this Emperor in a reversal here. Clarify the Emperor. The Emperor is shocked, okay? So this person could be going through a huge change in their life. You know, this is a person that feels that things aren't working out how they thought it would. And with the Ten of Swords, like someone who knows that something is over. Someone who knows that it just ain't working. So Five of Pentacles energy is someone who's feeling left out, feeling real low, like has really low vibrational energy. And you know, when you recognize people in this form, it's not good to be around them because they're gonna be mad. They're not gonna be pleasant to be around. Okay, so this is a person who's still trying to hold on to control. You know, someone who's still trying to control outcomes, and they're not doing well. When it comes to the Temperance, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant is someone who is very angry over um, maybe your peace. You know, someone who could be trying to act fake happy, someone who could be trying to, you know, pretend very well, but deep down with the Five of Wands and the Hermit is someone who could be alone, very angry. Someone who's having a lot of low vibrational energy and could be attached to people who are in a very low vibrational energy as well. When you're in this, it's best to be alone. So it's like a lot of confusion around this person. Clarify this, ancestors. Five of Wands. Why the Five of Wands here? Because there's a lot of emotional manipulation going on. A lot of lies. A lot of let's see. Tell me more. Yeah, it's given that people are really still trying to control certain outcomes. Really still trying to like play on other people's emotions and just not being all the way truthful, you know? So let's see. Clarify. People who can't handle the truth coming out. People who hate the truth coming out. Yeah, these are people who claim to have a certain type of love for you. These are people who are they're very immature in the way they feel. Like someone is very childish, emotionally immature in what they can't control. So it's giving me that someone wants to give you a love tap, but they don't want to tell you they like you. This is a person who acts as if they don't care, but someone does care about you. Tell me more. Someone who can't control you anymore. Okay? So this is a person who's feeling a way about how something turned out, you know, and it's giving me that you're just telling this person to stop. you're rejecting this person. You could be taking a pause on someone, and maybe whatever good news someone wanted to give you or wanted to say to you, maybe they're not saying it. Maybe this is a person who thought they were getting good news, but they're not getting it no more. So these are friends that could be in this energy. Okay, so you got justice here. So let's look into friends and justice. It's also saying to me that there could be people who want to come around telling you the truth. There could be people wanting to tell you what happened, and maybe wanting to explain certain things, but maybe there are people who are very emotionally immature and don't know how to do it. So clarify friendship, ancestors. Tell me about friendship. Y'all know how we do it. Clarify friendship. We're going to get to the nitty gritty as soon as possible. So we got the Five of Wands with the Hermit card, with the three of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So there are people who are, it's a lot of talk going on about you. It's like people communicating about them being your friend, or let's look into it. Clarify the Five of Wands. What they saying? What these people saying about the friendship? It's a lot of arguing going on. It's about the Six of Pentacles is about you maybe withdrawing yourself. You gotta walk. You got a fire sign woman, earth sign man. All of these people in stress. These people could be friends too, or they're cool in some way, and they're all heartbroken. They're feeling left out, and it's a lot of conversation about you. Tell me what the Five of Wands is. People mad, or they're like seeing you as this mother figure. These are people who could be jealous of you, could be addicted to your energy. They could be wanting a new beginning with you. Um, these are people who see you have withdrawn your energy. So you're coming out as a whole hermit, okay? And you got this air sign man, you got a water sign woman. People are in their feelings about you and thinking about how strong you are. These are people who are still holding on to you and still want to work things out with you. So these are people who feel left out of your world and could be mad. Clarify the Five of Wands. So it's people you could be guarded from, and these people are very hurt because you are protecting your energy from these people. And with the Nine of Pentacles is you possibly in this phase of choosing yourself. So it's giving me that I just heard the word one at a time. So it's like people who all want to like come rushing into you. With the Moon card, it's people who want to express their emotions to you. People who want to, it's a lot of communication. People wanting to communicate with you. They want to be your friend. Okay? So, yeah. Someone lives a little far from you. Whoever this is, maybe they live down the street. Maybe that's why I'm looking at that. Someone could live like by the water. So a foundation being built, the connection isn't just emotional. It has the potential to become something stable, long-term, or even committed. So shared space, union, it can symbolize two people coming together. So yeah, there's this like tower here in the back, if you could see it. I never really recognized it, but if you could see that there, or it's like to me it looked like a candle. Maybe your birthday could be coming up, and someone's like talking about your birthday. Maybe y'all have like the same birthday, or you could have like a friend who has a birthday around your time. Someone could be talking about y'all birthday and wants to reconcile with you. So, someone wants a new beginning with you. And I feel like the all baneful magic is someone who wants something to like go back to how it used to be. So if it's any type of magic going on, it's just someone who's wishing that they had that strong connection with you again. This is someone who wants to heal and balance what y'all used to have. So someone could be talking to someone of importance, or someone could be very important in their life. It could even be a counselor or somebody, but whoever they're talking to, they could be giving them information about you and seeing like how y'all two can possibly come back together. Someone is stressing about this, they're overthinking it, and they really want to connect with you. And all they thinking is like, maybe this person will reject me. Someone really wants to pour out and give you love. This is a person who possibly has been crying over you, and they're very drawn to you and really, really want to win with you. Someone wants to be connected to you. Yeah, they want justice and fairness with you. They've been watching you from the side. But with so this is an emperor, or this could be a father figure, a air sign, no, fire sign, man, or it could be anybody. Someone's losing control. That's the issue. Someone's losing control and they're defensive. This is a person who don't know what to do. So they want to have like some sort of connection with you, but they're losing control. Yeah, so someone's very uncomfortable with what they're learning. Um they're like, they don't know. They're in a very vulnerable position, and it's giving me that this is somebody who is still trying to cling to your energy. With the devil card here is someone who's losing control and don't know how to use or create anymore. So it's someone who is constantly having negative thoughts and is desiring some sort of connection with you. And it's like this, it could be like someone who's just shocked, like they're in their emotions and want to move forward with you. Someone's like wanting to like win at all costs. It's a water sign. It could be a Cancer who's angry or just in their head stressing. It's like a lot of energy that this person is giving this fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of negativity here, where with the Tower card, it's like, boom, like, I can't believe what happened. So someone's trying to focus or trying to get back consistent with what they're doing. It's like someone's knowing that they have to be aware of their environment and, what they got going on, because whatever someone got going on, they're like, they don't have no ideas. This is a person who is literally trying to have an idea on what to do. They're not calm at all. This is a person who's very stubborn, and they're on a schedule or trying to be to like persevere in life. It's someone who has a lot of conflict going on, inner conflict with you. And it's just someone who's like moving too fast. Okay, someone who's moving too fast, and the issue is every time they move fast, they're going to be exposed. So it's like someone's being exposed for who they are. Okay, and with the Six of Pentacles is this person who's you've been hurt by this person a lot, and so maybe someone's like, let's heal and move on, move forward. Ace of Pentacles is you could be healing and moving forward. You could be gaining opportunity here. Where there is, it's someone who's nervous because you're about to be coming into an opportunity where you could be very abundant. Your financial situation could be getting better. And someone who has tried to control this only knows that whatever is about to be doing, whatever you're about to be, whatever you're going to be doing It's going to heal you. It's going to make you better. And someone is very uncomfortable with knowing this. It could be a Gemini or a water sign. Or, this could be you who could be in your power, emotionally fulfilled, happy, loving yourself, satisfied with yourself, and very in control of your life. So this is you stepping into your power, collective. Like, you have full control, and this is exactly where God wanted you to be. So you got people who are wanting you to come to their aid because of where they are. People who are stubborn, still in a negative energy, and could be old friends who used to be connected to you at one point, who want to connect with you. A lot of people who could be arguing about you, or saying certain things about you that I don't know, it's just giving me, well, you did this, you did that, and people wanting to reconnect with you on a higher level. So you got people really wanting to be around you, and people feeling left out in the cold. So I'm guessing they want fairness with you with the Justice card. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And so let's see the Goddess. So clarify Goddess, ancestors. Goddess is number 57. So it says all roads lead to source, the universe, Goddess, source, energy, love for all, understanding, endings, nature, God, power, success, wholeness, completion, divine achievement, success, totality, the public, demigods, natural, priestess, divine being, righteous, higher self, cleanliness, angelic, and spirituality, purity, self-mastery, creation, and new beginnings. Ashe. So let's see. Tell me about the Goddess. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, so let's see. Tell me about, oh my God, the World card. You have successfully completed a cycle. You you've done so well, collective. I want to talk about the um the cloth over the woman. I'm gonna pull on it. I want to know what that is because it stands out the most. But what I'm seeing here is that with the clouds here, you went through storms. You went through a lot of storms, a lot of dark nights. You went through the dark night of the soul, and you see how the clouds are clearing away. It's like you've literally come out of a difficult cycle, which is something you completed. So this is speaking about freedom, okay? Freedom. This is a person who's not fully clothed or armored. So this shows she's unburdened. So you're unburdened at this time. You're free from the past cycles and no longer weighed down by fear, ego, and limitations. And as you know, collective, we are in this state where we're recognizing that our egos can get us in trouble, which is why it's important to recognize when you're in your ego, which is why it's important to die down the ego. So you won't get so far ahead of yourself. Sometimes we are so busy trying to compete, so busy trying to make others upset, that we lose ourselves in the process, not realizing the damage that you're not only doing to others, but what you're doing to yourself. And so this is the lesson that we're learning. To learn how to realize, you've learned how to realize yourself, where you are, what you want to do, or how you want to think, or how grounded you want to be. Like certain choices, the simplest choices is down to what you want to eat or where you want to go, whatever the case may be. It's just like you completed a very successful cycle, collective. So there is balance between spiritual and the physical world. So the cloth covers just enough, symbolizing she still exists in the physical world, but she's now mastered it. So she's in harmony between body, mind, and spirit. This is exactly where we're trying to be. Because when you are when you are representing the two pillars, you're representing justice, what is right and what is wrong. You knowing what's right and what's wrong. And so when you are in this when you're in this world, you're not of it collective. You're doing what the Most High is asking you to do, and this is just an ongoing thing. So your knowledge is ongoing. Your knowledge is something you'll never lose, and it's because of the lessons you've learned, which is eternal. You know, this is eternal, eternal legacy within. So you're in harmony between body, mind, and spirit. There's a lot of transformation around you, collective, and in you, a rebirth that's happening of your energy, and it can. Let me charge this phone. Now I can lift this up. I'm gonna have to put this to the side. Okay. So basically you're in this phase where there's transformation and rebirth happening in your energy at this time, and it can resemble a sash or veil that she's wearing. If you could see what she's wearing, that little fuchsia cloth around her. So it's hinting at someone who has shed an old identity and stepped into a new evolved version of themselves. So you possibly become a new version of yourself. You've leveled up emotionally, internally, and spiritually. Do not get left behind. If you are seeking to become your best self, it's time to jump on the bandwagon and start working on releasing so that you could be your best self as well. Because again, this life is not for us to be stagnant in some sort of stubborn emotion. You know, with my auntie, she's so funny. Like my auntie, she is a loving person, but she's not like a huggy person. And so I'm just always like trying to hug. Like I be hugging her, and she like okay. And now she's like, it ain't so bad. But yeah, you wanna, like, if anything makes you like, you wanna release that, because that's a fear that you have, where you're afraid to love, where you're afraid to give. And maybe you may not be selfish, because I wasn't always a person who was mushy. I'm not really mushy, but I can be mushy. It's balance to it. But if you find yourself like a person that's like stubborn, like I don't want to get too much in my feelings, then maybe you should recognize that part of you where you only can extend so much, where it could be lacking in your relationship, just this little bit that you are not giving to the other person to give them reassurance. You want to make sure that you're not being too stubborn and using your ego too much, where you feel like someone feels that they're being left out. What you want to do is, because your energy is also your energy can affect others, but again, this is you. So if you're stubborn, then maybe you should work on your stubbornness. Maybe you should work on uh being more open, even if it hurts you, even though you feel restricted in something. Like, it's like you want to do it, but it's difficult. So you're gonna have to learn how to, like, just do it anyway. Learn how to say I love you. Learn how to say I care about you. Even if you can't say I love you, just be like, I care about you, or you my dog. I'm glad you in my life, or whatever you can say to make yourself free. Even if you feel it, because there are a lot of people who feel it, but they don't want to say it, and they don't want to say it because they feel icky. But if you feel like that, it's best that you do it so that you can remove that resistance from yourself. This is helping you to release, surrender whatever is restricting you, because when it comes to you wanting to be that loving person, that having that loving energy, you're going to have to learn how to speak it out of your mouth, because when you speak it, you'll be able to feel it. So it comes, because what you speak is, sometimes it can be who you are if you're practicing it, But you gotta start realizing what is restricting you from being so loving. What is restricting you from being for what is restricting you from being so caring? Why are you maybe so angry or hateful or whatever the case may be? What you struggle with. This is someone who's being renewed from ego, has released a lot of that feeling. We've all not always been someone who's whole or feels happy, or at this point, you just want to be free. Okay. So with that said, this is a new type of rebirth, an energy that you are feeling free in, where you can say, yes, like, thank you, God. So it's like, it can resemble a sash or a veil, hinting of someone who has shed a old identity and stepped into a new evolved version of themselves. You done stepped into a new body. We about to start calling you new. So vulnerability with confidence. It's okay to be vulnerable at times, collective, but vulnerable and confidence are important, because if you're too vulnerable, then you're going to be too needy. But when you add confidence with that, then you're not afraid to be free within how you feel with your feelings, because sometimes you may be sad, and if you're sad, it's time for you to say, you know what, I'm sad, I'm not feeling good today, so let me check these emotions, let me see why I'm feeling so sad. What happened today? And you want to want to understand those emotions. So so it says she's exposed but not weak. Okay, this is power in authenticity. Nothing to hide anymore, collective. This is where you are free to be your authentic self. This is where you can be free. And so with that, you are embodying the energy of the goddess, of a true goddess. Okay, all roads leads to source. This is where we're want to be. Thank you for the bowl, Chef Kiss. Thank you so much. So all roads lead to source, and it says the universe, goddess, source, energy, love for all, collective. When you are vulnerable and confident, you could love people through the pain that they've sent you. This is you having understanding for people and their intentions. Even though people could have hurt you, what I realized is, like, someone really didn't know what they were doing. Someone was so caught in their ego, it caused someone to really lose their self when making certain decisions. So with that said, it gives you a space where you could be understanding. Okay, so with you having that vulnerability and confidence, you also are have empathy for those who may have stepped out of line when it came to you, collective, when it came to people just forcibly constantly on you for no reason. Sometimes you have to allow people to just do what they do, and eventually, what I realize is, like, it's nothing you could do to make people see what they do until it's time for people to really see what they do. Because we waste so much time trying to hurt others through control. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could think of. And you be trying to you'll fight with someone so that they can understand. And again, it's never they're never going to understand until they understand. You know what I'm saying? So no one gets it until it's their time. So everyone has their time. Even me teaching these lessons, you either on this journey mentally, physically, or you're not. Even with, like, at the time when I was in college, I was going to Ferris State at the time, and some of the people were pledging, and I wanted to do Zeta. I wanted to be a Zeta. Even though I would go to the meetings, I wasn't there mentally. I was just not there mentally. Even going to that school, I wasn't there mentally. And I would see others, they would be getting good grades, they would be about to graduate, and me, I was just not mentally there. So even though I was in it, I wasn't in it to where I knew what I was doing. I was failing while other people were doing well. And as much as I seen it in front of my face, and it could be people that can inspire you, that could be right in front of your face, and you could miss the mark, because at that time it's just not for you. You know, it's just like I had a friend, she, you know, at the age of 18, she had her own car. She was paying a car note. She had her own apartment. I think she was 18 or 19, but she had her own apartment and she had a boyfriend, and I was living with my mom. And I'd be so happy to see her. Her name was Bridgetta. That was my girl. I love me some Bridgetta. But anyway, she was always ahead of me when it came to like her maturity. But I really loved me some her. And it was never jealousy or anything. But when I seen her, it was just like I was just so happy to see her. But with that said, she was just always advanced, and I would be like, I'm waiting on Bridgetta to get here, you know. But she was just, you know, I didn't I would I be, you know, as I would try to do what she did, but sometimes you, even if you want to do what someone else does, it's just not your time. You know, everyone has their time. So you never know, like somebody could be more advanced than you when it comes to life, and you know them, you know, in school or doing well, but you could be on this level. Like everyone has their own level. It's not a competition, because even now, like where I am mentally, I feel like, I don't know, I don't even feel like I have an age. I'm like, even though I'm 42, I'm like, dang, like I don't even feel that age. I feel a lot younger, but I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying. But you know, your level is your level. Even if, as much as we want to compete with others, at the end of the day, you're always going to be on the level you're supposed to be on, because that's your truth. Regardless of if you want to lie or not, you know where you are, you know where you're going to be, and you know where you are. You may not know where you're going to be, or you may not even know where you're headed, but you know where you are in this instance. So with that said, you could be representing a whole goddess collective, a divine being, someone is righteous and has a higher knowing of self. You know, you're representing someone who's of cleanliness, having new beginnings and purity. So clarify more about this goddess here, ancestors. All right, so we got the teacher. So you are someone who brings fulfillment and happiness and success. Clarify more. Clarify this, ancestors. So we got the Two of Swords, the Eight of Cups. So with the Five of Pentacles, the Tower, the High Priestess. Okay, yeah, it's talking about what you learned, what you went through, and the lessons, like all the lessons you learned. Like you may clarify the Ten of Cups though. What is the Ten of Cups? Why the Ten of Cups here? Because it shows some sort of fulfillment, even though it may have been difficult. So it's showing that you've been left out in the cold. You know, there could be a lot of regret that happened, or this could be other people's energy where maybe someone's not. The lessons you learned have assisted you in your development, but there could be people who feel left behind by it. So, you know, these are people who could be shocked at where they are currently. They're not too happy with a cycle being over. And with the Three of Cups in the reversal, it's just a lot of gossip talk that could be happening at this time. And Ace of Cups is maybe you removing yourself from a social circle and people still wanting to be around. But these are people that you may have felt betrayed by, that want to come towards you. With the Ace of Pentacles is giving me that you got new fulfillment and balance that's happening. And it's because of your consistency in life. So yeah, you've learned a lot of lessons that assisted you in becoming who you are. And so you are uplifted, collective, by your spiritual team and by yourself. You know, you've mastered many lessons. So let's see. We got the therapist. This is identity, the issue, identifying the issue, helpful advice, communication, figuring it out, venting, being heard, letting getting to the root of the things, acceptance, asking the questions, supporting or support guidance, understanding, and professional opinion. So let's see, what is this? clarify therapy. Okay. High priestess, 3 of Cups. So these are people who they're okay. So you got to the root of the problem from your past. It strengthened you. It made you your consistency. So what I'm seeing here is you've learned a lot. Okay, you've grown a lot. So you were in this Knight of Pentacles energy, which gave you justice. So it's giving me that you were the therapist in your life. Your situations assisted you in becoming a teacher within your life. So identifying issues, so you were able to identify issues that cause you huge changes in your life. Okay, these changes were met with a lot of neglect and betrayal that happened. I'm seeing here that God has closed out these cycles because you got expansion coming. You've grown since then, and with the Justice card is that you pretty much mastered yourself. So there's like a lot of you got balance here. Okay, so with that said, it's also giving me that there could be a lot of stress where there's someone who's really really wanting to communicate with you. Someone even would like to go to counseling with you. With the baneful magic in reverse is a reversal effect where something causing someone to really really reflect. They're stressing. Someone's really really stressing. Someone's stressing about lies that have happened. So this is a king. This is a water sign who lied on you, or who betrayed you. Okay, someone who kept doing it. Tell me more. Yeah, this is a person who went against you. A person who had no integrity. This is a person you let go of. This is a person you're not giving to, and this is a person that disappointed you. A person who was very arrogant in your life. This is a person who is no good. So the star in the reversal is the truth is also being revealed, and it's a person who's very disappointed. Like they're not. You're not giving to this person. Someone's stressing. It's a lot of stress this person is having about a relationship with you, about a connection that you're rejecting them in. It could be a water sign or a fire sign. I'm seeing here it could even be a Gemini. It's giving me that you're like no, like someone's really uncomfortable because they already know your answer. So it's someone who wants to reach out to you possibly, and it's like someone who's away from you. They just feel out of alignment, and also they chose the wrong side too. So it could be a past friend that you were cool with who caused a lot of issues for you, who's possibly did something real hurtful to you. It You got a lot of people here in pain. It's an earth sign man who could be crying out, or he's heartbroken, feeling emotional in his energy. Someone who's stuck on you, someone who's stuck on happy times with you, who's thinking about how free you are or how you're going to be having new beginnings. Someone's in their mind, wanting to balance things out, and they don't know how. It's just giving me that it's a no, because you're like you're very protective of your energy. So with the therapist, it's like someone who could be feeling as if you taught them a lesson. Okay, so yeah, there are people who feel like you've taught them lessons, people who are not comfortable with the lessons you taught, people who are angry and feeling very defeated by you. It's someone who wants to say some slick words to you, and they want to make you do something that you don't want to do. All right, they really want to connect with you. Someone's in for trying to force this to happen, or someone's really wanting to, but with the 8 of Pentacles they don't know how to do it. They're not going to put in the effort to. It's someone who is nervous to come towards you, someone who is unsatisfied with how things are and could have made a lot of reckless decisions with you. This is someone who's very sneaky. They lie a lot, and they're stressing about the lies they told. They're stressing about what they did to you. Yeah, someone stressing about what they did to you could be a water sign who could be stressing about what they did to you. Someone who wants to heal things with you. Someone who is going through a lot of bad luck because of what they did to you. So yeah, this is a person who is stressing and shocked about what they're learning. Someone's it's like, you know, it's an unrequited love where someone's not gaining nothing. You know, it's like someone's lost a lot for coming for you, collective, and they're unsatisfied. Like, it's an emotion that I can't even explain. Like, this person, they wouldn't possibly be able to explain it too, but they do feel unfulfilled because you brought like a lot of love that I feel like someone feels blocked off from now, you know? So it's also someone, I'm also getting that someone's recognizing who you are and what you bring. And it's, you know, someone like they're recognizing like, man, like you really are in control of yourself, collective. You know, someone's really thinking about this, really stuck on thinking about this. It's giving me that even though they don't want a certain situation to end, they know that it's going to. They're trying to hold on as long as they can, but yeah, it's someone from your past. They feel like it was fair or it is fair, whatever y'all going through right now. They realize that, you know, them being left out in the cold or them picturing you being left out in the cold is the justice of why things are currently happening now. Because you were left out in the cold. But I don't feel like you ever gave your wand up, you know, I feel like whatever you gone through, collective, you definitely deserve, okay? So with the 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles is a found new fulfillment, okay? And with the 4 of Cups is you're rejecting what does not serve you. So if it don't make sense to you, you're not going to take it in. Yeah, you are in control of your life. You know, you're stepping in as this whole empress. You could be a mother, you could be Korean, Chinese, Asian, whatever, whoever you are someone. You could be African American, African, whoever you are, Indian, Asian, um, whoever you are very guarded. And it's not easy to get to you. Okay? Yeah. So the 4 of Pentacles came out sideways is because someone know they gotta let you go. They're very hesitant to let you go. Someone is learning a lesson that, you know, someone just feels so bad, like they feel very incomplete, they not doing too well, you know. It's just you know, you could be a fire sign with a child, whoever you are. It's just someone who's feeling as if things have backfired, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm getting, guys. You know, people are just not doing too well. People want to still be connected to you. People have to release you. And as much as, you know, people are trying to hold on, or no one even feels it as if they can hold on anymore. They really do have a clue that they cannot just come into your life. This is what they wish they could do. But there are people who are feeling uncomfortable with what they lied about, what they said, or what they did to you. People are not doing too well. They're out of alignment with themselves. And, you know, it's just someone that ain't doing too well. Okay? So it's you who worked on yourself. You've benefited a lot from people who betrayed you, collective. And even though people may have said a lot about you, what looks bad now is the people who said things about you. There are people who've done a lot to you and they're feeling crazy, they're feeling guilty, they're looking bad, they're feeling embarrassed, you know. So yeah, and I'm not the one to rub anything in. People know what they do, and you know, they got to deal with that in the end. So let's see. So we got new boo in reverse, frenemy in reverse, black sheep in reverse. So it's like um I don't know if these really meant to come out in reverse. Black sheep, you could be a black sheep, collective, rebelling, going against expectations, defying the norms. And these are people who are mad at you for that. People who are not feeling you for that. These are people who want to be in your life or learning each other. So it's someone who wants to be your boo. Okay. Someone who wants to be intimate with you as well. They have fantasies about you and fetishes. Someone who's sexually attracted to you. We got karmics in reverse. These are people you removed yourself from. You're no longer connected to these people. Yeah, so lift off. So fast action, progress forward. This is the wait is over. So yeah, you released Karmic Cycles Collective and you are going up. Okay, you are leveling up since you've released. The people from your past, they can no longer they can't F with you like they won't, okay? And even if they try, they're always going to lose. It's nothing they can do anymore. These people know they got to release you. And they're just trying to see if it will ever be a chance for you guys to get back together. However, I don't see that happening. I see you remove yourself. I see that you released yourself and you are continuing to move forward. With that said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I hope these messages have assisted you. I may come on here a little later, but yeah, that's what I got. So you have risen. You are you completed a huge cycle. You've done a spiritual completion collective where you are you are free. You are released. So what I'm also seeing here is that there is balance between the physical and the spiritual world. So you've not learned only or develop only in the spiritual world, but also in the physical world collective. The clothes, so it's saying that the cloth covers just enough symbolizing that you exist in the physical world, but you now have mastered yourself. You've mastered the body, the mind, and the spirit. You are transforming, rebirthing yourself, rebirthing your energy, and it can resemble a sash or veil, which is what was on the world card. But you're someone that really you found out how to embody the energy of peace, okay? So you're someone who is very grounded and you know right from wrong. You're living in the upright. You know, you are someone who has vulnerability with confidence. So you have compassion, empathy, and you are no longer restricted with emotions. You freed yourself completely, collective, being someone who has evolved spiritually and emotionally, not afraid of your feelings, not afraid to express yourself, not afraid to open up your throat chakra, not afraid to tell people no, not afraid to release and let go, not afraid to cut people off when they should be cut off of your life. You are someone who faces fear right in its face. You are no one who walks away from fear, but you face it. You face the enemy right in their face, and you continue to keep going. Where the enemy is now afraid of you, collective. The enemy has no other options but to respect you. Okay? You the one saying, put some respect on my name. You deserve your respect, collective. You've been through too much to not have it. Never let anyone disrespect you. Okay? People thought they could just walk all over you, baby, but they figuring it out now. They figuring it out now. No one's gonna sit here and disrespect you. Not no more. And you're fully in control, collective. You've been through everything, and now you're free. With that said, I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace and love to you. And thank y'all for the gifts. I truly appreciate you. Peace. Thank y'all. Talk to y'all soon.